course, you can always come on if you can't hear me to let me know that you can't hear me. So let's start by, well, we start the same. I know. Okay, taking deep inhales in through your nose, into your diaphragm, and long, slow exhales out. As you exhale, release your day, release your week, release any thoughts that you don't need during our time here together. Then I invite you to set an intention for today's class. So an intention is not necessarily a goal or something you need to achieve, but it's a way that you would be honored to align your life with. And as we set our intention for our class, we set it for the present moment. We set it as something positive. And it might just be how you wish to show up today on your mat or in your life. So once you have set that intention, I invite you to maybe say it a few times to yourself in your mind. And if an intention is something you couldn't come up with, maybe finding self-compassion throughout our practice. And remember that during our practice, we're here to move around, make shapes. It doesn't have to look perfect. We just want it to feel good. So listen to your body, honor where you are today, and only do what's comfortable for you. And as always, I'll try and offer you some variations throughout the class. Okay, so finding some small movements here in your fingers and toes. Perhaps rolling around wrists and ankles. Maybe you take a big stretch. So our first pose today is going to be a banana pose. So arms come long behind you, fingernails to the earth, legs come long. Finding length here, stretching out nice and long, and then allowing your head and shoulders to come over towards the right side of your mat, keeping your hips down. Feet slide over towards the right side of your mat as well. Maybe the right hand grabs a hold of the left wrist to pull a little further. And maybe the left ankle crosses over the right. Taking deep inhales and long, slow exhales. And if your mind begins to wander, I invite you to return to your intention for today. On your next inhale, coming back to center, find a couple rounds of breath here while you take a big stretch. And then in your own time, shoulders come to the left side. Legs to the left side. Perhaps grabbing the right wrist, and perhaps the right ankle crosses over the left. One more round of breath. And then making your way back to center. Okay, we're gonna hug both knees in towards the chest. Find some movements here. Take a moment to notice how your body feels. Any sensations in the low back, in the hips. Okay, we're gonna find a happy baby. So feet come up towards the sky, knees are out towards the sides of the body. Activating your feet and then grabbing a hold of either the backs of the thighs, the lower legs somewhere, or maybe the feet or toes. And then you could stay still or find movement. Okay, from here, we'll find a half happy baby. So left foot comes to the earth. Keep a hold of the right side. Maybe that left foot, the left knee stays bent, or maybe you extend the left leg long. With every exhale, see if you can soften your leg, the right leg. See if you can imagine the knee coming down closer to the earth. And then making your way back into a full happy baby. And dropping the right foot to the earth. Maybe right leg comes long. All right, gently releasing your left foot to the earth and then slowly rolling over to one side, whichever side is calling for you. And then making your way up to seated. So once you come to seated, we're going to find a wide-legged stance, not a stance, we're not standing, wide legs here. Feet come out to the side, activating your feet. Find your sits bones here so you're sitting up nice and tall. And always, if you feel like you're rounding in your spine as you come forward, you can always grab a blanket and place it underneath your hips. Okay, so inhale to lengthen the spine, feet are active. Exhale, folding forward, hinging from the hips. So one more round of breath. And then slowly making your way back up to center. Let's make our way into a child's pose. Arms come nice and long in this child's pose. Walking your arms over towards the right side and melting the left side body back down towards the earth. Allowing your hands to move through center and over towards the other side. Maybe the right hand walks away a little further and melting the right side body down. Allow your hands to come back to center. Moving into your tabletop pose. Shoulders roll back and down your spine. Grip your fingers into the earth, curling your toes under, sending your hips back and up behind you, downward dog. Perhaps you find movement in your downward dog. Making your way towards the front of your mat, coming into a forward fold. Allowing your head to dangle, release any tension you feel in your neck. As much of a bend in your knees as you need. And then allowing your hands to come to your hips. On your inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, come on up with a flat back. Okay, I'm gonna pause the recording just for a sec. Okay. So we're just gonna go over a couple of poses before we come and we put everything together from the last 3 weeks. So just a bit of a reminder with what we're going to be doing. So first, let's start wide on the mat. Feet are parallel to the sides of the mat. We're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. So hands come to your hips. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, fold forward, hinging from the hips. So slight micro bend in the knees. And then hands come wherever is comfortable for you. Maybe they stay on the hips, somewhere on the legs, to a block, to the earth. And a couple of rounds of breath here. And we're gonna come into a halfway lift. So whatever helps you come to make an L shape, maybe fingers are on the earth, maybe hands are to your hips. Okay, so remember when we've done this before, we've turned into a goddess pose. So we're gonna pivot on our feet, hips come down towards the earth, arms come to cactus arms. We wanna make sure that our toes are pointing out to the sides, knees are over the ankle in line with the second or third toe. All right, our goddess pose. Okay, we're gonna straighten up star pose, arms reach up high. Okay, so now we're gonna turn so that the left foot is parallel with the short edge of the mat. Right heel intersects with the middle of the right foot. We're gonna bring our arms out to the side. We're gonna come into a triangle pose. It looks a little different in our flow, but this will still kind of remind us. Some slight micro bend in the right knee. Reach forward with the right hand. And then right hand comes down to thigh, shin, block the earth. And imagine there is a wall behind you. So head, shoulders, hips come up against that wall. Where does it feel comfortable to look up? Does it feel comfortable to look up the left hand, or does it feel more comfortable to look down? Okay, slight micro bend in that right knee. Windmill your arms back up. And we're gonna switch to the other side. Right foot parallel to the short edge of the mat. Yes, left heel intersects with the middle of the back foot. Oh my goodness. It's bad enough when I get body parts mixed up. Okay, slight micro bend here in the front knee. Reaching forward and then tipping over. Fighting 2 more rounds of breath. Slight bend in that front knee, windmill your arms back up. And let's heel toe our feet back together. And you're going to decide which side is the front of your mat so that when you step back with the right foot, you'll be able to see me. So that's how we'll move throughout the class. So just a few more things for reminders here. So we're going to find a stork pose. So to find our stork pose, it's mountain pose first. Feet are hip distance apart. Squeeze the inner thighs, shoulders roll back and down the spine. Crown of the head reaches high. Shifting your weight into your left foot, right knee comes up off the earth. This is our stork pose. And then we're going to find a warrior 3. So sending the right foot back behind you, arms come long behind you, toes of your right foot point down towards the earth. And in our dragon dance, our arms come out in a T shape. If that's comfortable for you, you can even find dragon wings. Okay, and we're going to take a big step back here with the right foot. So up to you. It can be a lunge or it could be a warrior 1 with toes pointing up towards the top right corner of the mat for warrior 1. Check to make sure your left knee is over your ankle in line with your second or third toe. Finding a slight tuck of your tailbone. Finding cactus arms, and if you wish, opening the heart up towards the sky. Inhale, come back to center. Woo. Exhale, we're going to bring our hands to the earth. And then walking that right foot back if you need to, so that both hands can come to the inside of the left foot. Maybe the right knee comes to the earth. So our dragon pose here, we're going to turn the toes of our left foot out towards the side. Keep the foot active. And we'll just kind of hang out here in this stretch to get us ready. So knee can be up or down. So we find a hand down twist here, right hand comes underneath your shoulder, left hand reaches up towards the sky. Left hand comes to the earth. Okay, so up to you. You can come to tabletop first and then three-legged dog, left foot back. Or you can come right from our lizard here, our dragon, stepping the left foot up and back. It's the same, just different types of yoga. So left foot's up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Shoulders roll back and down your spine. So as you're here, remember you always have the option to come back to a downward dog. Maybe you come to tabletop, whatever you feel like you need. We're going to bend our left knee here. Open the hips towards the left side. Maybe make some circles in the ankle or in the hip. All right, and if you feel ready, flipping your three-legged dog into wild thing. Left foot comes to the earth behind you. Pivot on the right foot. Push the hips up towards the sky. Left arm reaches up or back behind you. Okay. Let's come back into a three-legged dog. Left foot up towards the sky. Shifting your weight forward, step the left foot through or help it through. Right foot comes forward, forward fold. On your next inhale, arms come out to the side. Reverse swan dive up, extended mountain. And exhale, hands come by your side. So practice that on the other side. Finding mountain pose. Shifting your weight into your right foot. Left foot comes up, left knee comes forward, stork pose. In this, we'll find cactus arms. Okay. Warrior three, send the left foot back. Maybe arms come back behind you, or maybe they come into a T. You can find your dragon wings. Taking a big step back here with the left foot, either high lunge or warrior one. Arms reach high, and then let's find our cactus arms. Slight tuck of the tailbone, maybe a gentle back bend here. Whoa. Windmilling your hands down towards the earth. We're going to walk the foot over towards the right side of the mat. Left knee can be down or up. Hands come to the inside of the right foot. Activate that foot. So hang out here for a few rounds of breath, wherever it feels comfortable. Knee down or knee up. Hand down twist, left hand under the left shoulder, right hand reaches high. Try and push away from the earth with your left hand. Right hand comes to the earth. Either tabletop, downward dog, three-legged dog, or shift all the way back. Right foot comes up, three-legged dog. Bending the right knee. Open the hips towards the right side. Maybe finding a circle in your ankle or hip. And if you're ready, flip your dog, wild thing. Right foot to the earth, pivot, and then push the hips up towards the sky. Making your way back into your three-legged dog. All right, let's come into downward dog, tabletop, child's pose. Couple rounds of breath. Okay, coming into downward dog. Then making your way towards the front of your mat, forward fold. On your next inhale, reverse swan dive up. Extended mountain. And exhale, hands come by your sides. Okay, so if you like to use blocks for hand down twist or lizard pose, dragon, lizard, whatever, feel free to bring one at the front and one at the back. All right, so it's not going to be in an exact order, but just follow along. You'll be good. So finding mountain pose. Again, we're going to step back with the right foot, so you want to be able to see me when you step back. Okay, so we're going to start with our warrior advances and retreats, is what we did last week. Okay, so same thing, we bring the, shift the foot, shift your weight into your right foot. I said right foot. Shift your weight into your left foot. I'm sorry. Right foot comes up off the earth. You're going to take a big step back with that right foot and immediately pivot towards the back of the mat. High lunge or warrior one. Left hand reaches forward, right hand reaches back. We're going to pivot back towards the other side of the mat. Right hand reaches forward, left hand back. Pivoting one more time. Left hand forward, right hand back. The further you reach, the harder it is. Okay, and then we're going to bring our arms down towards the earth, swivel over towards the left foot. We're going to come into high lunge or low. Right arm comes forward, left arm behind. Stay as low as you comfortably can. Come over to the other side. Left arm in front. Last time, come on over to the left side. Okay, and then we're gonna windmill our arms up, shift high lunge towards the right side. And then ready, we're gonna come into star pose, toes point out. Pivoting your feet so they're parallel to the sides of the mat. Hands come to your waist. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come wherever's comfortable. Inhale, halfway lift. And then we're going to turn the toes of our right foot out towards the side. Bring the right hand over to the inside of the right leg. Left hand reaches up. Triangle pose. Okay, hands come back towards center. Turn that foot and then turn the opposite foot. Toes point out. Triangle pose on the other side. Okay, make your way back into your forward fold. Feet are parallel to the short edge of the mat. Halfway lift. Turn the feet out, toes point out. Find your goddess pose. Send the tailbone down towards the earth. Okay, our drinking bird. So we're going to turn our feet so that they're parallel to the short edge of the mat. Arms come behind you. Forward fold. Turn the feet, squat down, goddess pose. Turn the feet, forward fold, arms behind you, drinking bird. One more time, let's come into that goddess pose. Okay, we're going to make kind of like a big wave. So arms are going to reach towards the right, all the way up, over towards the left, stepping towards the top of the mat. Mountain pose. Right foot reaches or comes forward, stork pose. Arms come into cactus arms. Right foot comes back behind you, warrior three. Maybe you find your dragon wings. Stepping the right foot back, high lunge or warrior one, arms up towards the sky. Slight tuck of the tailbone, cactus arms, gentle back bend. Hands windmill down towards the earth. Walk that foot to the left side of the mat. Knee can come down or stay up. So this is where we do a little bit of almost like a push-up if you wish. Bend the elbows, send the elbows back. Bend the elbows, look towards the left. Come down as far as you feel comfortable towards the earth. Push back up. Bend the elbows, look towards the right. Push back up. Make your way into a three-legged dog. Left foot comes up behind you, however you need to get it there. Perhaps you bend the left knee, open the hips. Maybe you flip your dog into wild thing. Push the hips up high. Coming back into three-legged dog, left foot up towards the sky. Okay, shifting the weight forward, left foot steps through or you help it through. And we're going to do a pivot towards the other side of the mat. So reach the arms up, reach over. Hands come down towards the front of the mat. Stepping the left foot forward into forward fold. On your next inhale, reverse swan dive up. Arms towards the sky. Let's shift the weight into the right foot. Find cactus arms. Left knee comes up, up towards the sky. We didn't need to find cactus arms, doesn't matter. Okay, warrior advances and retreats. So we're going to take a big step back here with the left foot. And we're going to, reach forward towards the other side of the mat. Right hand comes forward, left hand comes back. The further you reach, the harder it is. Reach towards the other side of the mat. Right foot comes forward, left hand forward, right hand back. One more time towards the other side. Right hand forward, left hand back. Okay, so this is where we find our low lunge. If it's comfortable for you, shift your weight into the right side, left hand comes forward. Maybe you're at a high lunge. Shifting over to the other side, right hand comes forward, left hand comes back. As far down as you comfortably can get, send the hips back. One more time, over towards the other side. Okay, then we're going to bring our arms up, big wave up and over, shifting into the left side, a high lunge. Make your way into a star. And this time I'm not going to forget this goddess pose. All right, so last time we did this, we played with goddess. So if you want, you certainly can. Maybe right forearm comes to your right thigh, left arm reaches up and over. Coming back to center, and then over towards the other side. Back to center, sink a little lower. Come back up to your star pose, toes point out towards this, the feet are parallel to the sides of the mat. Find your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Right toes turn out, shift your right hand to the right side, find that triangle. So maybe you find movement here in that left arm. Maybe it moves towards the front of the mat. Maybe it makes some circles here. Shifting your weight back into your forward fold. Feet are parallel to the short edge of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Turning the toes of the left foot out, find your triangle pose on the other side. And again, maybe you find movement in that arm. Maybe that arm reaches towards the short edge of the mat. Finding your way back into that wide-legged forward fold. Halfway lift. Turn the feet so the toes point out. Sit down into your goddess pose. Okay, arms come behind you. Turn the feet. Drinking bird. Maybe if it's comfortable for you, you clasp your hands behind you, shoulders roll back and down your spine, arms reach high. Release the hands, pivot the feet, find your goddess pose. Pivot the feet again, arms behind you, drinking swan. If you clasp your hands, maybe finding the opposite clasp here. Release the hands. One more time into your goddess pose. Okay, we're going to come up. We're going to find a side lunge towards the right side. Okay, and then I did this backwards, side lunge towards the other side. All right, and then find windmill arms here, big ocean arms coming over towards the back of the mat. Finding mountain pose. Okay, and then our dragon here. So left foot comes up off the earth. Arms come to cactus arms this time. And then come into warrior three. Maybe you flap your wings. Taking a big step back here with the left foot. Warrior one or high lunge. Find cactus arms, slight tuck of the tailbone, maybe a back bend. Windmilling the arms towards the front of the mat or toward your foot. Right foot walks over to the side, right toes point out to the side. Knee down or knee up. Maybe you stay here or maybe you find those like dragon push-ups. So elbows come back behind you, lower towards the earth, look towards the right. Keep the right foot active. Push back up. Elbows come down, look towards the left. Push back up. Make your way into three-legged dog with right foot up towards the sky. Perhaps you bend the knee, open the hips towards the right side. And maybe you flip your dog, right foot to the earth. Push the hips up towards the sky. Making your way back into your three-legged dog. Shifting your weight forward, right foot steps through. We're going to bring the arms up, make a big ocean wave over your head towards the front of your mat. Step towards the front of the mat, find mountain pose. Yee-hoo! All done. All right, shake it out. Let's see. What should we do? I know, okay. We're gonna come down onto the earth, onto the back body. We're gonna do just a couple things there and then we're gonna finish up. We're almost done. So come on to your back. All right, let's just find a twist here. So, okay. You can follow me or find your own twist that feels comfortable for you. So we're going to cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Keep the right foot active. Okay, and then allowing your legs to drop over towards the left side. Right foot should come to the earth. If it doesn't, that's okay. Okay, if it's comfortable for you, reaching down for that right ankle and pull it a little closer to your hips or to your waist. If it's comfortable for you and you can reach, sometimes you got to do a little heel toe to get the foot closer, reaching down with your right hand for your left foot. If all of this is not comfortable, find your own twist. Whatever feels good for you. Return to your intention. Return to your breath. Finding 2 more rounds of breath. And then gently making your way back over, feet to the earth, knees are bent. And reposition your back flat on the earth. And then follow me or find your own twist. Left ankle over right thigh. Activate the right foot. Dropping the legs over towards the right side. If it's comfortable for you, grab the right ankle and bring it closer. If it's in your body, maybe you reach for that right foot. So you decide when this side feels complete to you. And when it does, you're going to come back over to your back body and then find Shavasana or any final resting pose that feels right. Returning to the sensation of your breath. Returning to your intention for today's practice. And as you exhale, releasing any sensations that you feel in your body, any tension, any tightness. Any discomfort. Allowing your body to sink and settle.
letting go of anything that doesn't serve you. Bringing your awareness back into the room. Making some gentle movements in your body. Rolling over to one side, whichever side is calling for you. And then making your way up to seated. And once you get there, lowering or closing your eyes. Taking deep inhales and long, slow exhales. And I invite you to inhale self-compassion, remembering the two most important things you did during our time here today were show up and breathe. Everything else was practice and exploration. The light in me sees and honors the light in each and every one of you. Thank you for joining me this evening. Have a beautiful night.